Hey Crush, here's your weekly video. I apologize if the screen looks terrible. I can't tell. I had a bit of a baseball accident helping with my kids' baseball practice last night. My screen is cracked pretty bad. So I can't tell if these cracks or if there's a crack from the camera. Like it looks like one of my cracks kind of goes over the camera there. And so I apologize if the video looks bad. I know with me in it, it looks bad all the time. But I don't know, I see some glare in the lights. I don't know, hopefully it looks okay. Hopefully T-Mobile's nice and gives me a new phone. We're gonna find that out later. All right, today we're not gonna talk much about announcements, not a whole lot going on. Lots of competitions coming up. If you wanna do the Poker Fun Run on October 2nd, there's now a team with 3 people. They need 3 more. October 2nd, it's a little less than a month. It is a fun competition. From what I understand, there's no movement standards, which means nobody's really gonna be judging if you squat low enough or you know, if there's pull-ups with your chin over. It's more for fun and it's for a great cause. It goes to the Even Keel Foundation. All the money that's raised goes to Even Keel, which is a foundation that when a police officer dies in the line of duty, they help support that officer's family financially to help them get through that tough time. So it's a great cause. If you want to do it, Sean McCarthy, Ravi, and Carly all are interested in doing it. They just need 3 more people. So if they do it, we'd have 3 teams, 18 people doing it. It's a lot of fun. All right, the main thing I want to talk about today are these bands. You've seen the hip circles. They hang back there with the resistance bands that people use for pull-ups. I'm going to talk about these a little bit. The reason I'm going to talk about these a little bit is as some of the things I'm buying with the money for the yearly membership fee, a lot of it went towards this stack of, well, all of it went towards this stack of stuff here. And then when I ask people to put the money in, I'm not just, I'm spending money myself too. I'm trying to get the gym better equipment. Anyway, one of the things I'm buying also is more of these because we don't have enough of these, and these are very useful. So I'm going to talk about the different styles of these really quick, and then what they're kind of used for, and then if you want to know how to use them or good suggestions on other exercises you can to use these for to help you with, ask your trainer. They can definitely answer those questions for you. All right, first of all, there's 2 different sizes of bands. Sizes meaning how big in diameter they are. If I hold these 2 up, you can see that this one is bigger in diameter. It hangs down much farther than this one. So some of these, I believe we have 2 of the purple ones and 1 of the red ones that is bigger in diameter. And the bigger diameter is going to help you with, it's going to go around your ankles. The main places will go around your ankles. The ones that are smaller can also go around your ankles. They'll be perfectly fine around your ankles, but they can also go around your knees. And so the ones that are smaller in diameter are better for like doing squats and making sure your knees, give you something to push against a tactile cue to push those knees out, drive those knees out. Second, there are 3 different colors. The ones that are purple are the stretchiest, the lightest, the easiest to stretch bands. The ones that are red are the next hardest ones, and then the blue ones are the hardest ones to stretch. So depending on how big you are, how big your frame is more than anything, is kind of how big or how much tension you want from the bands. Well, that's purple lightest, red medium, blue heaviest. So you would use these for mostly for glute activation. A lot of humans in general have trouble mastering the use of their hips and their glutes and controlling those muscles, and this kind of turns those muscles on. So we squat, it kind of turns those muscles on, get ready to use those muscles, which will make squatting easier. One of the reasons I'm talking about this week is we do have some heavy squats coming up. We have 2 more weeks of our squat cycle where we're back to squatting on Mondays Tuesdays and Fridays. We're gonna go, this week is gonna be 8 sets of 3 at 90%, which is really heavy. And then next week is the same, 8 by 3 at 90%, plus you pick some additional weight to add to that squat. And then the week following that, we're gonna retest our back squat and our front squat. But anyway, using these is a great way to just kind of turn on those legs, turn on those glutes, some of the muscles on the outside of your leg, that kind of stuff to help get ready to squat. Those of us that have maybe hip pain, knee pain, stuff like that, these will help alleviate those issues. So if you want some exercises on how to use these before you squat, ask your trainer. There's plenty of things you can do. Arrive to class 5-10 minutes early, hit these for 5 or 6, 7 minutes, and you will feel it on the outside. Those that have taken classes when I've coached and I've used these in the warm-up, you definitely feel the outside of your butt. That's turning your glutes on, right? Getting ready to fire for the squats, which will make squatting easier and hopefully help you lift more weight. Another thing you can use these for is you can use these around your knees. So don't use the big ones. Don't use the really big ones. Around your knees when you squat. And it kind of just as a reminder to drive those knees out. And by driving those knees out, usually it engages your glutes. And when I say, there's a couple of things I've said a lot, and I've been telling people more and more about this, is we say we don't want to squat on our toes. We want to be, we don't want to bias towards our toes, I should say. So we might yell heels, 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 trying to get your shift your weight off your toes to the middle of your feet. Ideally, when you drive your knees out, some people also roll to the outside of their feet. We don't want to do that either. When I think about driving my knees out, I also think about pushing my big toe into the ground at the same time. Knees out and big toe in the ground at the same time really, in fact, as I just here and kind of do as I stand here, if you kind of think about turning those knees out while you stand up, at the same time drive that big toe on the ground. If you want to stand up, if you're watching this video, stand up and give that a few tries. It really just, you can feel it, you're squeezing your butt at the same time. It engages those glutes, and those glutes are a powerful muscle. Engage those is a great way to squat. So if you use these while you're squatting, while you're warming up is when I would suggest using an empty barbell, lightweight, practicing that good movement. Practice driving those knees out, pushing that big toe on the ground and really driving those knees out, ripping that floor apart as you stand up. Great tool for that. Now as you get heavy, and especially as you get really heavy, I would not have these on. You kind of, at least for me, I don't want to have these on because it just gives me something else to think about. And if I'm lifting really heavy, the only thing I really want to be thinking about is getting that weight up off the ground, is standing up. I don't want to think about all that other stuff, right? You wear these in the light squats, train that good muscle memory, that good muscle pattern, that good muscle movement. Your body will default and do that by default as it gets heavier. Now, if you're warming up with poor form, when you get heavy, you're going to lift with poor form. So if you use these when you warm up, a great way to warm up, get those glutes activated, and get ready to squat. So if you have questions on how to use these, ask your trainer. They will give you lots of options on how to use these to warm up. All right, workouts today, really quick. The first workout on Monday, I try to make this a miserable Monday, but also kind of fun. I know I like these kind of workouts. We're gonna bike a little bit and then have escalating ground to overhead in sets of 10 with heavier weight. So the bike ends up being, at the beginning, it'll probably be kind of the longer part. It's a short bike ride. It's not gonna be very long, but it's a lot of ground overhead today, ending pretty darn, well, for sets of 10, fairly heavy for the ground overhead. That's your Monday. On Tuesday, we have the squatting, back squats, and then both, you're gonna start to see some girl workouts sprinkled in over the next few weeks as we're lifting heavy. There's a lot of girl workouts, the name girl workout that you see on the whiteboard back there. A lot of those are pretty short in duration workouts, and a lot of those are actually pretty good workouts for squatting. They don't require a lot of squatting, at least the shorter ones, and we're gonna see some of those this week. But this Tuesday we'll squat, and then we're gonna do an EMOM of some pulling. Some pull-ups, some muscle-ups, whatever you wanna do, an EMOM of that, short duration, because the days when we squat, the squatting is gonna take up the majority of the work of the day. And then Wednesday we have, so one of the worst workouts I've ever done in my life, I remember, and I've done it a couple, 2 or 3 times, is you have 25 minutes to row 2K, and the remainder of that 25 minutes, as many burpees as you can do. And your score is total number of burpees. I saved you a little bit. We're changing it to push-ups, not burpees. And since we only have 10 rowers, we're gonna throw a bike option in there also. 15 minutes to bike, 200 calories, and remainder of the time sit-ups. So no warm-up, half the class will jump on the rower, row 5K, did I say 2K? I meant 5K. Row 5K, and then max time push-ups, while the other class is doing the bike. When you're done with the bike, you have some time to rest for the rowers become available. But that's your Wednesday workout. On Thursday, we're going to do 5 3-minute AMRAPs. Or is it 4? 4 3-minute AMRAPs. The catch is, you have a body and you have some shoulder to overhead work. To RX today's workout, not only do you have to do the double unders and the weight for the shoulder to overhead, but you must increase reps each of the 4 rounds. So kind of as a pacing test. can you get out and kind of pace yourself to where you do X number of reps to round 1, a little more round 2, a little more round 3, and a little more round 4. And then we're gonna end with a little extra credit. If you want extra credit, is Helen. Look up Helen if you don't know the Helen, the girl workout. And then on Friday, we're gonna do the front squats, the same thing. And then we're gonna do a girl workout that I've never done before. The CrossFit, maybe a month or 2 ago, released 5 or 6 new girl workouts, the first new girl workouts in 10 years. It's Ingrid. And a lot of the girl workouts are kind of mashing up some of the other old girl workouts with current, they're kind of mashing them up. Anyway, Ingrid is 10 rounds. It's like Isabel. Isabel is 30 power snatches for time. Ingrid is 10 rounds of 3 power snatches and 3 burpees over the bar. So it's still 30 power snatches, but now you add in the burpees over the bar, and it's not 30 in a row. I've never done it. I've always wanted to do it, so we're gonna do it on Friday. That's your work for the week. Again, if you want to learn how to use these, ask your trainer. Have a good week, Crush.